Being a single woman in LA can be awesome. The nightlife, the beach, the shopping, the fun. But somehow, all of that seems to change when you're middle-aged. My name is Fran, Argentina-born, single, and yep, middle-aged. My midlife crisis hit me hard, so I decided to fight back by embarking on a quest. Visiting all 50 states before I'm 50 and taking you along with me. Okay, world, here we go. Planes, trains, and automobiles, buckle up, because this is going to be one heck of a ride. Welcome to my 50 before 50. Warning, I have an accent. Sometimes it may be hard to understand what I'm saying. Occasional grammatical mistakes may be heard or read. Viewer discretion is advised. Good morning. Good afternoon, I should say. We are heading towards Kentucky, which is state number 23? 24? 44? Yes. Kentucky is state number 44. And it is the state of horses. And my voice is a little hoarse. That's a horrible joke, but it's not really a joke because I haven't been feeling well. But here we are. Kentucky. I need some whiskey. Window is open! Window is open! Because it smells great! Arriving to Lexington, Kentucky. Home to Mr. Chris Stapleton. Yes. And so, after a quick stop at my hotel, I set out to discover the city. But this time, it was not by myself. You agreed to be on camera?
I agree.
Meet my friend Erick. This classically trained guitarist and professor with plenty of accolades, international shows, and an exquisite musical gift is also a fellow travel lover. So what better companion than him? And since our friendship was fairly young, we decided to start by visiting the oldest restaurant in the state. Welcome to the old Talbott Tavern. Only 1 hour west of Lexington and established in 1779, this place that used to be known as the Old Stone Tavern and the oldest western stagecoach stop in America is believed to never have closed its doors since its opening. The tavern stands out for its architecture, its rich history, and its many famous and infamous guests. But we'll get to that later. For now, it was time for the first bourbon tasting in Kentucky. Okay, let's the sampling begin. And you all bear with us because this was a funny one. First things first, let's determine where the camera is. Bottom one.
Oh, okay.
Now let's do this. It's not G.
Do we want to know the name?
No. Do we? Yes.
Yes.
Wine girl.
We have no idea of this. I like this one. We are learning as we go.
different.
Okay. Fourth. Yes. Did you like it?
I did. I actually did. I tried it and
You
I
actually did.
I actually
You didn't like this one.
That's not what it said.
I know. But you did some facial expressions. That,
No.
Yes,
No.
you did. I think I have lost my sense of smell.
I'm gonna try travelguide.
I still like this one. A lot more.
Qué gusto de mierda. Thank God there was some food as well. A lot of delicious food. Oh, about the famous guests. By the way, Lincoln was here.
Yes.
Not tonight, not tonight. But, well,
Who knows?
Maybe, who knows? Yeah. Anyway, hey, to the spirits. Hey, to the spirits. The inn in the second story hosted many guests, some of whom have allegedly never checked out. Today, some of the rooms are named after them. The larger room in the back even displays bullet holes on its walls, which were fired from a gun just like this one, owned by Jesse James, who after having one too many drinks thought the birds in the mural were flying, so he decided to take aim at them. He is still believed to haunt the property till this very day. And it had been a very long one, so since we didn't want to end up like Jesse James, it was time to say goodnight. Good night, final good night from the tavern, oldest place in the world. No. Okay, bye. Day 2 in the state of horses, and I was ready to kick it off after a delicious brunch at the one and only First Watch. So here we go. On my way to visit Mary Todd's Lincoln house, childhood house. And then, boy, we're gonna go really Kentucky. Born into a very affluent Lexington family, Mary Todd moved into this house when she was a young teenager. Her mother had passed away when she was 6 years old, and her father, a prominent banker and politician, had remarried a woman Mary always had a complex relationship with. The 14-room house, which was originally an inn, features period furniture and artifacts, many of which belonged to the Todd family. Located on Main Street, the household was run by enslaved people, which performed most of their duties in this pantry. In direct contrast with it, the stylish back parlor just across the hall was known to entertain the most lavish of guests, President Lincoln included. Funny to think that his birth cabin could have comfortably fitted into any of the many rooms upstairs. Mary had 3 full-blood siblings and 9 half-blood ones, many of which were born in this very bedroom. What about this for a guest bedroom? I wish I had one. Undoubtedly a beautiful house, even by today's standards. It gave me both a sense of peace and of sadness, knowing that the little girl who once inhabited ended up her life alone and consumed by grief. But such is life, and mine continued on a high note. Hello.
Hi.
Okay, so day 2 and Because here's the thing, you've been living here for 3 years.
2 years and plus, yes.
2 years and
not
plus.
yes.
Almost 3, whatever.
Okay.
When this airs, it's
Okay,
later.
probably.
But you're not from here. You're from Mexico.
Yes.
And you have not done many Kentucky things.
Not at all.
Today, I'm kidnapping Eric.
Yes.
Because we're gonna go do something very Kentucky.
Horses.
Whispering Woods Riding Stables offer 250 acres of beautiful nature and horseback rides for all levels. The trails take you through the splendor of the woods and surround you with the shade of the trees and the smell of grass, dirt, and leaves. A super short drive from Lexington, we could not have found a better place to disconnect and reconnect with nature. Photo op included. We did it.
Yes. And it was fun.
And now, time for an evening in downtown. Known as the horse capital of the world, Lexington is the second most populated city in the state and fosters 2 major universities, making it one of the best college towns in America. Its downtown is a mix of traditional and modern architecture. Standing out is this piece, called Totally in Love, which features 2 intertwined lampposts that lit up at night. Absolutely beautiful. The area has plenty of shops and restaurant options, creating a vibrant scene. We even got to see a show at the Lexington Opera House. Quite a packed evening, and my farewell to Erick for the time being. What is left to do? I already had bourbon, I already rode a horse. I think I'm done. Am I? Let's. And just when I thought I was done with bourbon, I found myself visiting one of the oldest working distilleries in Kentucky, which is now home to the Woodford Reserve Distillery. I was there bright and early, and what a perfect day for a guided tour. The building dates back to 1812, a National Historic Landmark, equally beautiful and functional. The tour walks you through every stage of the bourbon-making process, from their extra-long fermentation, which smells like heaven, by the way, to the distillery stage, which is done in their unique pot-and-column sills, made out of copper and, let's face it, quite gorgeous. And finally, there's the barrel warehouse. In here, the finest of bourbon is stored in oak barrels from the distillery's own making. They also source their own water, which is naturally filtered by the limestone deposits under the property. This whole process makes this bourbon truly unique. And exactly how unique? Well, I guess we'll have to see for ourselves. And after a quick stop by the gift shop, I was finally ready to leave. It was really, really, really good. Very knowledgeable. Our guide, Rob, very entertaining. It was really, really good. And I'm buying some presents. And so it was off to our final destination of the day, driving along the beautiful Kentucky countryside. So guys, we are about to visit a very special place. You see the plaque here. And it has to do with the most famous person in Kentucky, officially, which has nothing to do with horses or bourbon. It is actually Colonel Sanders. This is indeed the first Kentucky Fried Chicken location ever. But back in the day, it was just a small roadside restaurant. It was in here that Colonel Sanders began selling fried chicken and other meals during the Great Depression. Today, the place also serves as a museum showcasing amazing memorabilia from around the globe and sharing the history of the brand, as well as that of Colonel Sanders himself. Born in 1890, he had the most eclectic of jobs throughout his youth, including railroad worker, salesman, lawyer, insurance broker, and more. He found fortune quite late in life, thanks to his now famous chicken secret recipe, which he finalized at 50 years old. His self-discipline, business savvy, and high standards made him a late-blooming millionaire and the poster child for never giving up. Of course, I could not leave without trying the food, which was truly finger-licking good, a phrase he trademarked back in 1963. And just like that, I was ready to wrap the day with both my belly and my heart equally full. Good morning, Kentucky. Final day. And there's no way we're leaving Kentucky. More specifically, there's no way we're leaving Lexington, Kentucky, horse capital of the world, without going to the horse park. The Kentucky Horse Park was established in 1978 and is the world's only park dedicated to man's relationship with the horse. With nearly 1 million guests a year and over 1,200 acres of blue grass, this is the place for everything horses. From meeting retired champions and equine legends at the Hall of Champions, to seeing riders showcasing their craft, practicing and competing across the various tracks. You can also check out different shows, like the ones at the Breed's Barn, where you can also meet the featured horses post-show. The Big Barn is one of the largest wooden structures in the U.S., and just like its name suggests, is home to some of the biggest equine in the park, while also serving as storage for carriages and others. Scattered throughout the park, you'll find markers and statues that pay homage to famous jockeys and horses. Many of the latter are buried in the premises, including Man o' War, the most famous thoroughbred that ever lived. And of course, there's also the International Museum of the Horse, which includes a super detailed history of this animal and its interaction with humans throughout the ages. Yet another must, and what a great way to wrap up my visit to the Bluegrass State. Off to venture over the sunset, up to the next state. But wait, not just yet. On my way out of Kentucky, and completely by chance, I stumbled upon quite a landmark. Abraham Lincoln Birthplace Memorial. I ran into this by chance. Honestly, didn't know it was here. But wow, what an honor. Let me tell you, quite different from where his wife lived. The 16th President of the United States was born into poverty in a log cabin just like these ones. The actual cabin no longer exists, but in its exact place, a memorial was erected to commemorate one of the best presidents our nation has ever had. At the Visitor Center, you can find the family Bible printed in 1799 onto which pages President Lincoln recorded many important dates, his own birth included. A peaceful and humbling experience, this final unexpected stop was the cherry on top of my visit. Thank you, Kentucky. You have been good.